welcome back to the stream, Dom. It's been a bit, although it's not because you haven't been winning. I think it's more because you've been busy trying out other formats that you were mandated to try out.
Yes, I reinstalled Arena this week. That
was,
God. Took me a process to get reacquainted with that. But
okay.
Yeah, it's been kind of deep in the bunker for PC testing. Not much time for drawing around on Magic Online.
Okay, question for you is, do you have the God account yet?
I do have the God account.
Oh, okay, good. So you don't have to worry about... Well, I saw that they unleashed a bunch of changes on you, but you don't at least have to worry about the bad economy.
Well, if you think back to the very first round of Arena PTs, where the initial plan was to not give out any God account, and it's like, I have no idea what those tournaments would have looked like had they not reneged on that, but it would have been an absolute shit show.
That was really funny, and I'm just like, what the hell are they doing? Like, it's literally free for them to do. I think that was just an oversight by some intern or something, personally.
Yeah, probably. But then you look at kind of every other decision made during that time frame, the benefit of the doubt and that willingness to be charitable is maybe less than it would have been otherwise.
Yep, fair. Anyways, so we're here. We are looking at this, and well, I assume you can see my screen.
I can. Let me put headphones in. That might help a little with the echo that some people are talking about. Okay, so hopefully that should be a little better now.
Oh, it's much better now. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. All right. So we got. I will call it 3 casts now because I'm down to 3. But I looked at your list and you only had like 4, so I'm not really sure. Like, the cast moniker is sort of dying off, is how I would put it.
It's weird because I always felt like the cast themselves, however many you play, were always the most suspect part of the deck. And now that we have an excuse to cast some of those, the cards actually do something. We left with that opportunity, and so now I guess it's 3 casts, 4 casts. The whole cast thing was always kind of a sideshow.
Yeah, I mean, the one issue I had with your deck list when I looked at it was I think not playing 4 Sai is a mistake personally, but obviously there are reasons. I definitely don't want to go below 3. Like, I saw a list with 2, I'm just like, that is just clearly not correct, in my opinion.
Yeah, 3 mana is a lot, but then what you realize with the cast, and that's kind of why I was skeptical initially, was that like often Thought Monster is just a 3-drop or a 4-drop, and at that point, that's a mana point where you could be casting any number of nonsensical things, right? Like your Urza or a Hull Breacher, what have you, and instead you're just casting a Mole Drifter, which is fine for what it is, but you can do better at that point. So Sai it's like the absolute most important threat in some matchups, and just like a good card across the board. Also, getting to 3 is kind of tough, and then it has the issue that Mentor had in like the Bomberman decks, for example, where your deck is built in such a way that it relies on you being able to play out your zeros early, and that's what cards like Emery and the Thought Cast and so on incentivize you to do. And so there's some tension there where like you need to and you want to be playing out these cards, but then if you do get to resolve Sai eventually, then it becomes less effective. So I get why people are a little full on the card, but...
What? Uh-oh. Did I lose you? Goddamn Discord.
It might have messed with some of the audio settings
here.
You
vanished for a second, but you're back now.
Okay. Perfect. Here we go. Yeah. Were you saying anything in the meantime?
Yeah, I was just saying that, like, I definitely see the problem with the Bomberman comparison. I've definitely run into that myself when I played Bomberman. It was kind of hard to figure out if you were supposed to actually use your baubles early to, like, cantrip, or if you're supposed to sandbag them. How many of them are you not supposed to crack because of Metalcraft of Mox Opal? There's a lot of, like... I think, on the surface, if you look at this deck, a lot of people would just be like, oh, it's obvious, you just play all your shit out. Then you realize that these decisions with the baubles make it really annoying sometimes to figure out what you're actually supposed to do. And obviously, like, the deck is probably good enough that you can afford to make some of the decisions wrong. But if you make too many of them wrong, you'll just end up with a hand where you can't cast anything, and you'll just have like too many Thought Monitors or Kappa Cannoneers or Thoughtcasts in your hand.
Yeah, you also have the issue that the decks with a bunch of like Street Wraiths and Gataxian Probes had, where when you're trying to weigh up your opening hand, it's really tough to know what to value those at because they're a kind of hidden card. It's like a mystery box. You don't know what it's going to be, and for some of those decks, that's fine. So if you play like a Delver deck, for example, with Gataxian Probe, I think that issue is minimized because the rest of your cards in the deck kind of all do a similar thing, and you're not relying on any particular synergies. For a deck like this, depending on what those bauble cards are, your hand could be firing on all cylinders, or it could just be spinning its wheels and doing nothing, and you really don't know what it is. And so not having that information is more of a cost there.
I think a lot of the time when I played this deck in the past, I treated the baubles as though they were going to draw me bad cards, and just didn't really rely on them for anything. I don't know if that was quite correct, but it felt more correct than pretending they were going to draw my good cards.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. So this is what we have. I'm gonna play for Sai. I mean, obviously I gave the reasons to do it, but obviously there's reasons not to do it. Kind of think just in a lot of the I did see someone play Tower of the Magistrate, which is terrifying for this deck. Because if you can imagine white-green depths having one Tower of the Magistrate versus you, it's going to be incredibly difficult to beat them. For obvious reasons.
I do think Ether Spellbomb does go a long way there, but just that's kind of the strength of these chooser-heavy decks, and you could lump the Sagas here into that too, is that just having this one copy of this obscure card can really flip a lot of matchups by a heavy amount.
Alright, yeah, in that vein, talk to me about Welding Jar, because I look at it, and it does not seem great to me, for a lot of reasons, but I'll see what you think first.
Well, my thinking there is that just having additional zeros can be really nice. That's kind of a necessity to get your other stuff off the ground, and then it's good at either protecting constructs from removal sometimes, or against Meltdown in particular, or those like global hate effects. Seeds of Innocence, I guess, would be another one.
Well,
then being able to
hold on, let me tell you something.
Maybe not that one.
Okay,
maybe not that one. Okay, well, we'll ignore that. But
okay. So Serenity does not that's my issue with it. I think generally, like, the nuclear option in it's quite nuclear. It's not like Meltdown is the one that Welding Jar beats, but it's not even that exciting in my opinion.
Oh yeah, we're gonna just put our hands over our ears and pretend that Serenity doesn't exist for the sake of this stream.
Fine.
But, I think that just like Jar protecting Chalice from a Meltdown or a Braid or something can be nice. Or I don't think it's necessary by any means, but I think it can occasionally be useful.
Well, in that vein, what if we played Spell Pierce over Flusterstorm? Obviously, it doesn't work well with their Chalices, but on the theory that a lot of those decks that are trying to do that to you have to burn all of their cantrips to find it. So if you have Chalice, you don't necessarily need your Spell Pierce. But if you don't have Chalice, then you can maybe Spell Pierce their Energy Flux or their Serenity or whatever nonsense that they have.
Yeah, I think again specifically Delver, Flusterstorm just is a strict upgrade to Spell Pierce, as far as I can tell. Unless they have very niche stuff like Energy Flux. And then I think it's just a more sound card overall. You would want to have something like Spell Pierce or maybe Mystical Dispute actually against the Jeskai Whole Breacher deck, for instance. And so if Force Negation doesn't cover something, having a card that can cover that stuff might be nice. So I have thought about having a few disputes, but Flusterstorm also is kind of nice against the combo decks, like the Animator, Oops, or other stuff as well. So I don't really know if you can make that switch, but yeah, if you want to cut the Welding Jar for any of those cards or something else, then be my guest.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. I don't really buy this Welding Jar personally. I played a lot of Welding Jar. It's mostly good versus Jund style decks in Modern, is how I would put it. And it's not really that exciting anywhere else, is how I would also put it. I guess Pyroblast is a Jund style card, isn't it? Was there anything else you've seen in recent lists that struck your fancy?
Not especially. I kind of get scared of D&T, so I might play a second Torpor Orb.
Okay, so I was thinking about that. The slight non-bow is, if you have Orb out with your Cannoneer, it's actually really hard to attack them.
Well, it's only creatures entering the
yeah,
battlefield, so you
true.
can still just play any artifact and suit it up. And actually, if you look at the deck, it is only stuff like the one monitor or sagas or something that could trigger Cannoneer like that in the first place. So
well,
I don't
Sai,
think it's too much of attention.
Sai,
Sai, yeah. Okay, Sai's a big one for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine playing one Torpor Orb. I don't really want to play a second personally, but the first one does make sense. Yeah, so I guess that's where Blastoise is going to shoot whatever. All right, we're gonna remove the 8-cast label because by this point, this is really just a Stompy deck. Oh, also, Louis know in the chat. One of the premier D&T pilots says he thinks your favorite versus D&T anyways. So, what's the point of playing a second Meltdown or a second Torpor Orb rather? I'm gonna trust him there because I don't care to actually figure out who's favorite or not. You know. All right. So when is the set championship that you're actually supposed to play? Because I have been out of the loop on it.
So the deck lists are due next Sunday, so in 10 days or so.
Sheesh.
And then the tournament itself is the weekend after that.
Okay, nice. So this week will be these next 10 days are going to be super, super insane for you. Or so, right?
Yeah. So this last 2-week stretch, it's like this week is the one where we just try all the fringe ideas, get stuff out of our system, trying to have a good sense of what's going on, and then the last week is really drill down on our likely decks and try and refine those as much as we can.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and I heard that I saw that tweet about lots of things being changed. I'm just like, that's a decision that I think is fun for coverage people and terrible for everyone else who was already trying to do things, you know?
I mean, I don't think I'm giving away any information here to say that it's not fun for the coverage people if nothing actually changes based on those things. But hey, if someone shows up to the set championship with a black-white dungeon deck or something, then hey, great. But I was just left kind of scratching my head about those changes. I think that the issue is I don't know what the desired outcome is really meant to be. I think what they're trying to do is take the stuff which is crafted a lot but doesn't win a lot and boost it to the point where presumably it's still being crafted a lot and it's winning a little bit more. But for the sake of a competitive tournament, that's probably not going to have too much effect on the outcome.
I have a lot of thoughts about that. Maybe we'll talk about it at the end, but let's get to some Blastoising now. All right. Let's see. Someone asked what cards you sided in yourselves. I think the Dismembers are a lock because Collector Oof literally turns off your deck. Well, not literally. I guess you can still beat them down with that, but you don't really want to see a Collector Oof.
Yeah, Dismember is big for that, and also sometimes it lets you kill the Shepherd that is nullifying your Chalice. So that's nice.
Funny, yeah.
I think Elves is probably the worst matchup of the established decks, honestly.
Yeah.
It's just very, very difficult. But I think Kappa actually makes it a lot easier in the sense that you can win on the ground now in a way that you could not really before.
All right. Let's see. So this is a turn 1 Emery, but no. My instinct is to keep, but I'm curious to see what you think.
Yeah, I would keep this if you knew you were. Oh God, hold on. It says MTG bot is saying last team deck Reanimator. So
yeah, I mean,
with that,
to be fair, this is still a keep. You just might not play this out. Then instead.
Oh yeah, you definitely keep this hand. That's a decision point. Is do you go for the turn 1 Emery? And in the light of that information, I think my answer is probably no.
Yeah, I mean they're allowed to switch decks, but
they are.
So do you go Saga, Needle, Opal, probably, right?
Yeah, if you have a hard read that it's reanimated, that's what you do. It's Saga, Needle and Grizzlebrand, I assume, and then Opal.
Yeah.
And I think I'm happy doing that.
It's not even that bad to play out the Needle and have it be wrong. Basically, just on how the deck is built, which is kind of funny to think about, right?
Yeah. This if it is reanimator and they end up and this Needle ends up delaying them from killing immediately, this Otawara might actually do some work here, which is kind of funny.
Also, I saw you had a split of islands. I didn't know what that was for, so I just played 4 snow islands instead.
I often, if I'm testing a deck, I'll split the basics just to make it easier to track. Like, if I drew this, would it have been better as something else? I mean, you can do that with different arts of a regular forest or whatever, but...
Alright, so I think...
Volcanic Island.
Well, I think I'm just playing Seat Go and just activating.
Yeah, I like that. If this is Delver, then Wasteland is gonna fuck us up pretty bad. But yeah, I think it's even in that case, we would still want to make the 4/4 construct and go from there.
Yeah, but 4/4 is nice because it can't be killed by a lightning bolt, right?
Yeah, if they could Wasteland the seat of the Synod, because then we couldn't activate the second time, but we would still get something out of it on the back end.
Wow.
Huh.
What is it with people playing this card in turn 2? Like, I don't really know. Alright. I guess they're just desperate because they probably don't have a lot going on. Or they have a bunch of iterations in hand. It's really one of the two, I think.
Yeah. So here, yeah, we're going to activate. We're going to get, I think, Shadow Spear is
good. Shadow Spear is my default because it is so hard to beat Shadow Spear from this board state as the opposing deck. And I think I just go Island Emery, probably. Just in case if I want to use this to bounce Murktide.
Yeah, there is a case, I think, for just not doing anything because
of days? I see.
Because currently our board is pretty formidable, and just protecting our force from days might be better than that.
Okay, I can buy that. Like, it doesn't really cost me... It's not costing me very much not to play the Emery this turn, is how I would put it. Because we don't even have anything really good in the graveyard as well. So this seems like we're just going to steamroll them. Oh, that's a really good draw.
Okay, so... Yeah, so Saga, Equip Shadow Spear, get to work?
Yeah. I mean, this is an easy game. Like, literally all of our things have gone according to plan, I think. And they're also not killing us fast. I think the way you lose to them is they kill you fast, or they have like a super disruptive start. They didn't really have either of those things, you know?
Yeah, you can lose to Wasteland a lot, and so like if they had Wasteland backed up by pressure in one of the early turns, then we might have been in trouble. But yeah, these are the kind of games where you just win easily. I'm not quite sure what kind of hand they must have kept, where your first play is turn 2 iteration. Maybe if it's like a bunch of forces and daisies and stuff.
Yeah, and they didn't want to force that.
I can see it.
And we just had like literally the card that's immune. This card is so egregious. Like, you know, I think we've talked plenty about it. I'm gonna play my Emery out. I don't see a reason not to. I guess the reason not to is if I draw another force and I think I want to force 2 of their things, but I kind of think I just want it. Oh, they might have Pyroblast in hand. Okay.
Hard cost days. Okay.
So we're getting dazed again, but it doesn't even matter. Like, who cares?
Yeah, I guess so. This could be that's fine. If they have Murktide Regent now, backed up by like a 3rd days or something, then I guess we're still fine because we have 2 lethal attackers. So and not Tawara, so we're kind of covered on all bases here.
Murktide is only a 6/6 if they play Murktide. Okay. I mean, I could also just force the Murktide, but I'm not even sure I care.
You just have lethal on board, yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything that they could have? What if they have, what the fuck is it called? Ensnare? That's a banger? Ah, cool, right on time. Alright, Mize. This doesn't really give them any information. Alright. I'm just gonna beat them. Alright, they conceded. Snap back.
Easy.
Alright, what do you not like versus them? Because I assume we want, like, to hedge versus Meltdown, which is certainly a concern. So these are probably in.
Yeah, I like the Flusters. I like Dispute if we have it in our sideboard here.
Yep.
I don't actually like Retrofitter Foundry, I think, because that card, it used to be pretty nice at blanking Ragavan. Nowadays, literally all of their threats fly, and so you're never delaying stuff on the ground, and it's too slow to really build an impressive board against them.
Right. What else?
And then beyond that, I think on the draw you can shave one Sai, just because it's, redundant 3-drop potentially, and then I'm not too convinced about the Thought Monitor either, kind of on the same basis.
Okay, I think that's reasonable. Yeah, I don't...
No, Needle is important post-board because you can very easily lose to Wasteland, especially on the draw. And like Saga is your best threat, so keeping that around is important.
Yeah, we needled Gristlebrand, which means we basically threw it into the trash. Fortunately did not have Wasteland.
You can also shave, like, you can eat away at some of the zeros, I think. Like the 4th Petal maybe is a little bad, but against Delver, I think you need all the zeros just to make your deck function properly. Yeah, Needle is just a welding jar for your Urza Saga, is how I like to look at it.
I agree. Well, so we just hope to dodge, okay, well, this hand is... Well, nah, I think we're gonna just ship it. Although, if I knew there was a land on top, I would instantly keep this hand.
Yes. If you're on the play, maybe you could think about it. I think, yeah, you have to ship it, though.
Alright, this is fine. I'm gonna just bottom... Well, actually, it's kind of interesting. What should I bottom?
Yeah, this is tricky. There is an argument for bottoming the Mox Opal, actually, because like we're not that close to having that be online, and ideally we want to be able to force pitching Sai and have another threat as a backup.
Yeah, I think I like that. Like, it's definitely our worst card. Like, the second blue card matters a lot.
Yeah, it does make Sai worse if it resolves, just because we don't have the 0 to pair with that immediately. But I think that's fairly remote prospect at this point. And, if you were going to draw the second one, then...
Well, that's not actually 0. Like, there's a case to be made, especially in Limited, if you bottom a land, it means all of your future land draws are better instead of floating out. So it's like sort of the same logic. And Mox Opal is legendary, so that also matters,
Yeah, this deck has a ton of cards which you kind of want to draw exactly one copy of a lot of the time. Alright, so...
I think I'm supposed to play Bauble, Opal, Chalice in that order.
Yeah, so another kind of slow start from them. I don't think you actually want to play out the Opal because you're not going to have Metalcraft yet until the Chalice resolves. If Chalice does resolve, you can just play the Opal there and then, but you don't have a reason to necessarily because there's nothing to use them out on right now.
Okay.
So yeah, I think we play Saga, and also if this Chalice resolves, they could have Meltdown, and so if they win the fight against that, we don't want to just chuck away a Mox Opal at no cost.
If they daze here, I think I'm supposed to force and just take my lumps.
Yeah. I guess maybe we should have played the Bauble out first, because maybe this would let us know what to do here. But yeah, I think just forcing here is good. Okay, now we Bauble, and now we Opal. Yeah. Actually, wait.
Should I even cast it now? Like...
No, don't cast it now, because we can save this. And I assume we're going to not crack the Bauble unless some new information presents itself to change things.
Agreed. Because the problem with cracking the Bauble is, well, this is my third mana source for this and this. Well, we won the fight, but this is still a scary situation because of the sideboard haymakers are really good for them. In general, barring an average, like, in an average game 1, do you feel favored in this matchup?
I think it's close. I think a lot of it is play versus draw dependent, honestly. Like, I don't think I would feel ahead on the draw.
I think this is pretty obvious that I should just play that first, then play this to play around other days.
Agreed.
then I think maybe I should just bobble them, like, now, and see if I can find another force, you know?
We could, I think... I guess it's pretty difficult for them to kill Emery and remove Chalice in the same turn cycle, because they often have to remove Chalice first to free up the thing.
Oh,
I think I would still hold it, though.
I should have tapped the Opal to play the Emery as well.
Yes,
didn't realize
now we can't draw Fluster.
Yeah, that was pretty bad, actually. But I know they're drawing a Misty, so...
Yeah, with specifically Basic Island, it's almost always safer to just tap your Opal. Other times, there's this kind of trade-off between, you know, exposing yourself to Wasteland versus exposing yourself to something else, but when we have the island, yeah, just always tap the Opal.
Yep. Hopefully I don't get punished. Although, I didn't really get punished, but I definitely could have gotten punished.
Yeah, Chalice still very good card against them, but by no means a be-all and end-all. You know, you can still easily lose to a Murktide or something from this spot.
Oh yeah, I mean, Murktide is how I usually win this matchup from the other side. Murktide plus, like... actually, you can beat them with double DRC as well, or something like that, you know. There's a bunch of ways it can happen. I was playing Blood Moon in the SCG Con, and I couldn't decide whether or not I wanted Blood Moon in this matchup, or not, actually. Okay, well, that's kind of a bummer. I guess I can't do anything about it. So I'm probably dead now, right?
Oh, I looked away and came back to
Well,
this.
yeah, you looked away, and then what always happens happened. I think I'm gonna just recast an Opal, probably, and play Bobble. I guess I could cast...
Yeah, it's kind of interesting that they didn't remove Emery. So what does that tell us? Or play anything else? So what does that tell us about their hand?
They don't have a cantrip. They probably just have counter spells.
Yeah.
Because if you have a cantrip, you absolutely crack one of your fetches to play a cantrip there, I think.
And I guess if the plan is to buy back Opal next turn, we don't really want to crack our bubble yet.
Right. That was my plan. What happened there? They must have only lands. They must only have lands. Okay, that was super weird. We take those, you know?
I mean, sure, yeah.
Alright, well, that was a fast one. You know, sometimes it's just that easy, you know? Oh, I have to let the people gamble. Because, you know, gambling is a part of the American tradition. Well, clearly this deck is broken. We're 100% match win, and we haven't even played the Blastoise yet. God damn it, I fucking hate these hands. I think you're supposed to keep, but there's definitely risk involved.
Oh, I was going to say I think you're supposed to mulligan, but I kind of want to keep and see what happens.
Alright, let's just keep and see what happens. I couldn't tell. I honestly did not know what land that was to begin with. Okay.
Exploration. Right. So this is land which is as hard to read as possible, I guess. I kind of want to let this resolve, actually.
I was thinking about it. The issue is, well, okay. I guess we'll let it resolve, but there are definitely issues with letting it resolve.
Yeah, see, another weird art.
These are not my preferred arts, personally.
This person is an enemy of content.
Yeah.
Well...
No,
Okay, yeah.
No, it's fine. Alright, so they have a stage in hand, and now obviously there's risk, but I'm just gonna Chalice on 1. Because it cuts off, like, crop rotation.
Okay. Yeah. Chalice on 1, and then I assume are we cracking Urza's Bauble? I guess we can wait to see what we draw first.
Yeah.
And then...
I don't really want to crack it. If I draw Ancient Tomb, I probably will. Okay, that's kind of awkward.
Petal.
Ah, nice port, idiot. Okay, so now I think I should crack, because if I draw land, I can play Sai.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, they have another stage. Okay. Okay, that's pretty good. I'm just gonna take the legal game action I can, which makes sense. And, hope this wins. Whoa, what is this Thopter from? I guess there's like a giant butterfly on it or whatever. I'm supposed to be keep cycling these, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. So their hand is... They played the stage out, but they showed me a Heath. So their last card's probably not great, honestly. I'm not gonna use the Sai activation. That's cast, okay. I just bobble them to see if I should play out this seat.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you do play out the seat, Life and Loam. So is the plan just to bait the wasteland activation and then sack seat and something else to draw a card, or
sack that.
What do you have in mind?
Just sack this and seat of the Synod. I think that makes sense, right? Like, how else will seed be better?
I kind of want to sack the Opal. Like, what is the Opal doing for us at that point?
It cannot be ported.
Sure.
Yeah.
I guess I just don't really see us casting that many more spells, but the Opal can just do that, so you're right. Oh, we definitely should have attacked first if we were doing this. Oh no, it's fine.
It doesn't really matter, right? Like,
yeah,
because
we have a new Thopter.
Yeah, I'm sacking this. That's why I played the bobble out first and cracked it.
You're right. This is an issue with Sai, in that our clock is pretty anemic here.
Yeah,
but...
we need to draw like the actual Cannoneer. So they're loaming back those two. I don't care about those. I don't think it really does anything. When I want to force a loam is if it flips over Dark Depths. Or
like Tabernacle?
Yeah, or Glacial Chasm, something on that level. Wait, did I not play out the bobble? Oh shit.
You drew it off the other bauble. You're good.
Oh no. Okay, I see. I played out Petal, I see. So okay, that's fine.
I guess if they dredge Punishing Fire, it would be kind of annoying, but we can't stop the dredge at this point, so whatever.
If only this was Force of Negation, clearly. I think I'm supposed to cycle the bobble anyways, even though, like, I know their hand. Like, literally, that's their hand.
Ideally, at this point, we just want to get closer to Cannoneer.
Yep. Okay, Maze of it doesn't actually matter, which is kind of funny.
Maze matters insofar as it makes Cannoneer a lot worse if you do draw it, but despite that, I still think you let this go, yeah.
But then they have to commit 5 mana to, or 4 mana to mazing your creature. It doesn't sound amazing to me.
It doesn't sound amazing to you?
No. Okay. Pun intended, of course.
I guess they can start making stages into mazes and just fogging us a bunch more, but we have enough attackers now that we're doing all right for ourselves.
Yep. So I can recast the Cannoneer off Emery next turn, which is probably the plan.
Yeah, I imagine. We would have to decide if that's worth like tapping some of our potential attackers. Although it is funny that if they maze a Thopter, we could use it post combat to improvise Cannoneer. So I assume I'll just maze Sai instead.
All right, so they're making more mazes. That's fine. This is a weird game. I don't think it's that weird. All right, they dredged punching fire.
That's really annoying. So if they go for
What?
Wait, what?
They don't understand. We're not even remotely like killing them fast enough. I don't know.
I mean, we take those again, but
I don't know what's going on.
I'm confused.
I think these two cards kind of suck.
Agreed.
And
so I think I like. I mean, I don't love Soul Guide, but I think it's fine.
yeah.
And then
exactly
the ley
fine.
line I would bring in.
Yeah. What should we cut?
I think you can shave a Sai here.
Okay, because it never really dies except to Red Elemental Blast. It's actually a lot less safe in game 2 if that changes anything.
Yeah. How
about these? Like, I think these are kind of not great, honestly.
I think Thought Monitor specifically is a little loose.
Okay. Can I cut Thoughtcast for the 4th Sai?
I don't think you can, just because like drawing 2 Sais is pretty bad, and then if you need to dig towards specific stuff, whether it's a Force or a Cannoneer or something, then Thoughtcast does actually let you do that.
Fair enough. Alright. Submit. I honestly think from their side, I would feel favored from the position they were in, but apparently that person did not agree. Alright, well, I'm keeping. It's not the most insane hand, but this is definitely a keep.
Yeah, keep and pray and lose, probably.
Oh, it's not quite that bad, but there's issues with the hand.
Yeah, especially after sideboarding against a deck which is this good at restricting your resources, it's just so hard to mulligan and feel safe in doing that. Okay, yeah, lead on island, I think.
I'm debating if I should even play this, actually, is the actual debate.
I kind of want to.
You want to?
No, I hold it for now, I think.
Yeah, I think playing it is bad, actually. Like, I can't really explain why, I just think it is.
They could even just end up needling it, which would kind of be an issue if we expose it at this point. So yeah, Tomb, Sai, hope it resolves. And I think we're fine trading this for Pyroblast if that's what happens, but...
Yeah, of course. I mean, we have another one, so, like, who cares?
And Bauble now?
Oh.
Because in case drawing force is relevant, and we have 6 forces now.
Right. Boseiju who endures. Okay.
Okay, that's a good one to know about. Yeah, Jidahem makes the point that maybe they hate the P-Fire loops and play lands because they hate themselves. I feel like you kind of know what you're signing up for when, you know, if there are decks you want that go faster and don't end up taking minuscule game actions every turn, then there are a lot of options in Legacy that accomplish that better.
Alright. They got map, but they have no land, which is good for us. Or they might have a land, I guess. We know they have Boseiju, but that's not the land you necessarily want to play out. Do I think this is like some sort of weird bluff?
It could be land into P-Fire, right? Or, you know, the, I think it was Matt Brown's list from some of the Challenge Shop 8s had some main deck bolts, but I don't know if you would keep those in, given that they only really hit Emery. Okay.
I think I should have blocked, actually. God damn it.
Yeah. Especially when we have the second Sai.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I think I should have blocked, but whatever.
So notably, they didn't play an extra land, right?
Right.
Last turn.
Yeah, I
so
think
the hand is Besage,
Besage.
which they want to hold. That's understandable. And then just a bunch of spells.
Yeah. This can happen sometimes when they board too low on lands, which I'm kind of loath to do sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, they could have like a loam which they haven't had a good chance to cast yet, or a redundant exploration or something. I'm almost wondering if we should Ether Spellbomb the construct.
I'm thinking about it, actually. I think I'm going to,
I kind of like it.
Yeah. I think I just want to preserve life total. Like, I have Caracas for a Wage, if it comes to that. Although, I kind of have to decide if I want to play it out. Alright, they had that the entire time, that's fine. And plus, I can just play it out and protect that next time, so... They're not really doing anything threatening.
Right.
Can we draw the Cannoneer? Do I want to draw the Cannoneer is the other question, actually. Alright, I'm gonna play Sai out. I think there's a chance it gets blasted, but whatever. Like, you can't really avoid it. Okay, they didn't have it.
Wait. Okay, I was gonna say play Caracas first, but then...
Well, if they didn't blast it, like, they can't really have blast. Like, it's kind of difficult. Alright, well...
What other... Yeah, like, there was some lists that had Unholy Heat, actually, but they don't even have to lure him yet, so I think we're covered. Either way, as long as we play both of those this turn cycle, we're fine.
I'm not gonna lie, Unholy Heat seems unbelievably bad to play in that deck. And I'll explain why in a bit, but I think that, like, I already don't love Lightning Bolt, but at least Lightning Bolt can, like, swing a weird race. Why is this in their deck?
Ahead of Summer.
Yeah, they have a really not very good version, in my opinion.
Interesting.
I think now they might be pressed into mapping for Wasteland to kill this, but I don't know. Depends on a lot in their hand.
Do we care about that even? Like, is saving Sai better than making a construct?
Well, okay, here's what I should do.
Yes, I like this.
Okay, now I will think about it. No, I think the construct's better. But at least you should just look at your top card, because if your top card's Sai, then you can absolutely let it go. But my top card not being like a 0-drop artifact also means I'm more inclined to let it go as well. If that makes sense. They like...
they can map for waste, but and waste our Saga, which means... Oh wait, they're getting Tabernacle.
That's fine. I mean, I have a lot of mana. So I can pay for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is conveniently the number of things I have, or I could let a Thopter die. How many things would I have to let die to make another construct?
So you would tap to make another construct. You'd have 2 left over, and you get to keep construct Thopter. So you're basically trading 3 Thopters for a construct. Bearing in mind that you also have to upkeep the rest of the Thopters every other turn.
I think I'm supposed to let Thopters die, actually. If that makes sense.
I kind of like that.
Alright, so I pay for 1, and click no on the rest of them. I think I'm gonna just get Pithing Needle for Wasteland, probably.
I don't hate that. We could also, actually now, maybe we make a construct, we get Opal, we play Chalice on one. It does open us up to, like, Loam plus Wasteland, but they don't have a Wasteland so far, else we definitely would have been wasted.
True. Okay, I don't hate that.
And I almost think if they had Loam, then they would be more inclined to map the Wasteland Waste and then get it back.
Yeah,
So
I agree with
they
you.
also have Beseiju still, so we should be cognizant of that. But
yeah.
So we're losing one of our constructs likely to Beseiju. So they chump here and then...
They didn't chump? Oh no, they're chumping. They're chumping.
So maybe we're out of action at that point?
Well, Chalice... Chalice 2 and Chalice 1 are sort of identical. I think they both just die to Boseiju, so it doesn't really matter. So you just should use your mana casting one of them. Alright, so they do have Chasm. I'm still forced to like upkeep all of this shit pretty much. Also, yeah. I only have mana sources anyways, so...
We also could have... Maybe Soulguide Lantern was the play, because we can eat the Punishing Fire at that point. Right? I think they were tapped out.
I'm just going to leave this on top. So, I guess now the plan is to hope they don't draw Loam. Because if they do, it's going to be really... Well, actually, it's not that... Well, it depends, I guess, is the real answer. This is such an offensive card to side in. It's so bad.
It's... Yeah, I mean,
obviously I got punished, but I didn't even think they would side it in. It's not good. Like... Alright, so, if I tap that, no, it doesn't make any sense. Right. Alright, I'm gonna just Chalice on 2. Yeah.
Yes.
Then that's like... Then they need Force of Vigor into Loam.
Well, they still have the face-up Beseiju.
Yeah, but that's fine. Like, then they have to spend that.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely still run it out.
Alright, they have a port. People love to play this card. I don't think it's good anymore. Like, I think it's quite bad, honestly. But, you know, I don't control everyone. The reason I'm leaving up Caracas is in case they have something weird like double rotation for both combo pieces. They didn't port me. That's really weird. Alright. I can actually play this out, and if I actually need to force something, I can just bounce it. Have you made that play?
What's that?
If you need to force something, you just bounce the legend to your hand.
I haven't, but that's really cute. I like it.
I did it with Aether Spell Bomb in a similar shell. Okay, so I go get Island.
Well, okay.
That didn't really do anything except make them waste 2 mana. Like, okay, you got me.
Yeah, Luminol says that comes up a lot with Solitude, which I can imagine that being a pretty common line actually in D&T.
It's probably more common than the force your own thing line, or force their thing line is, if I had to guess, right?
I'm thinking... Yeah, I was thinking, is there a way we can plausibly hold up force, but they have the port, so they can always take that shield down from us if they want to.
I mean, I could just... let's see, 1, 2... I mean, I can always just not play out my thing versus the P-Fire face up, which also makes sense now, I think.
Yeah.
Note, stage to Blast Zone is too slow now, because the stage has to tap, so I think we're pretty safe. I'm just going to force a Loam. I mean, they're going to port me, which is fine. That's why I didn't even bother playing out the Emery, because like something weird could happen, you know? Alright, looks like we won. Yeah, I mean, Choke's not good, but it's hard to learn that lesson, I guess, until you play it out and they play only, like... There's only 4 actual islands in the deck, you know? Well, that was a fast one.
2-0, 4-0, deck's broken. Easy.
It's cracked, as the kids say. I believe that is the nomenclature, right? Is that the nomenclature?
I'm not a kid anymore, so I could not tell you, but that is the sense I get.
Well, we need the Zoomers to come in and tell us if we're allowed to use that term. Or what term we're supposed to use, or if this deck is actually cracked. Wait, hold on. Is Kappa Cannoneer a good card?
Oh, God. Do you have Alan Wu on speed dial? We can ask for a consult on this.
Okay, well, I'm pretty sure if you asked Alan, he would look at this card and be like, why does it have so many words on it? And that clearly concludes to me that it's a good card. That's all I have to say about that.
Wasn't the whole issue with a set like Strixhaven that all the cards were doubles and none of them were actually good?
Let's see, what cards is Expressive Iteration's the only card that's good from Strixhaven, has basically no words on it. Actually, let me go see what's in Strixhaven now, because I'm kind of curious. Strixhaven. Are there any... Mystical Archive obviously doesn't count. Wait, Galvanic Iteration's in Strixhaven, right?
No, that's from Midnight Hunt.
Why did I... Okay, well, this is clearly a keep, in my opinion.
Yeah.
The question is, what do I should play Chalice on 1, I think, off Tomb, and then turn 2 Sai.
Agreed.
Also, that's the secret enjoyable thing about these decks. The games are so fast. Like, the matches, you don't sit here for like 20 years. You know, like, you can go and, you know, turn on like an Onrog stream in between rounds of a challenge.
Okay, Force Pitching Brainstorm.
Yeah, that's just...
Wasn't Negation Pitching Brainstorm, specifically, so...
That's more likely to be Breacher, I think, by a little bit, but it could be Delver, technically. Alright, I'm getting Breacher vibes.
Yeah.
I think I'm still gonna play Chalice this turn, honestly.
Yeah, I like that, I think. I mean, we could... There is an argument that if we expect our mana to be tied up with Saga over the next few turns, then does it make more sense to try and set up Sai now? But then there's not going to be a good spot to play Chalice either. So yeah, I like just going for Chalice at this point.
I might just
play Saga and then...
I might not even play out the Saga, I guess, is the real thing. Well, I probably should, actually.
No, I think you definitely play out Saga.
If I find more lands off of this Bauble, it's actually good to play the Bauble, right?
I would play out Bauble, yeah.
Yeah. I'm just going to Bauble them for a random card.
Right, I mean, if we were going to do this...
Oh! So they just didn't have a blue card for Force?
Huh. Yeah, if we were going to do this, then you Bauble first in case you see Wasteland or something, maybe.
Yeah.
Though our hand is a little awkward against Wasteland regardless.
I mean, I do not think they're a Wasteland deck after you see that, but obviously we didn't know that last turn. Should I play out Sai off Petal? Probably not. I probably should just slow roll it, right?
I don't think so, yeah, because one line you could take next turn is get Opal with the third chapter, and then that can set up Sai.
Oh no, I'm not.
You probably want to get something...
I'm going to get Pithing Needle, and there's a reason. I just want to name Teferi 3. And just, like, try to lock them out. I think that makes sense, actually. Because if you Needle Teferi 3, then... Well, I guess we'll see what happens, but...
Mentor.
Okay, that's kind of terrifying, actually, but... I guess they have to throw all of their resources in the garbage can to try to, like, pump up their Mentor enough. I could also get Aether Spellbomb, but that's not really that good.
Well, you could even get Shadow Spear, right? Like, Spear with the constructs can actually outpace Mentor.
Alright, I guess I'm getting Spear then. Actually, I should
also Spear with Cannoneer as well. Well, what if we I mean, we know they have Force, and if they found a blue card in the meantime, then it's... Or if they just had Force blue card and didn't want to force our Chalice.
Cannoneer does beat Mentor. I think I am going to get Shadow Spear for all of the reasons, but I'm going to play out Sai this turn and see what they do.
I like it.
I don't think equipping this turn actually is good. Like, I don't think it actually accomplishes much. If they have Force, I think they're priced into forcing this because it's so hard for them to beat this otherwise. Alright, they do have Force. They pitch Brainstorm. So they have one card, and they cannot, like, chain cards anymore very easily. So...
So how many of these petals do we want to play out, then?
I think I'd play out both and hit them for 6. Doesn't that make sense?
I'm trying to think on the value of that versus getting a Cannoneer trigger later on.
Oh, maybe only play out one. Oh, hold on. If I play out both, hit them for 6, they go to 11. If I play out one, they go to 12. And then I play out something for that and equip. That's 12. Okay, so I think playing out one is good.
Actually, so let's think. So over the next few turns, we have 2 draw steps. Like we have a lot of artifacts in our deck, and then I think if we make the constructs big enough, then we get to the point where just equipping Spear on 1 threatens to be lethal anyway, and we might not even need Cannoneer. So I think actually playing out both is fine.
All right, that's reasonable. I think playing out one is definitely correct, and it is just a question if you should play out the second. Yeah, it's just kind of hard. Like this child. Okay, and they have one card now. Oh, maybe it's like Jace.
So this could be Teferi 3.
Okay, it is Jace.
It is Jace.
So they're gonna bounce the second construct, which is kind of a tilter, but whatever. Oh, actually, no. I think they should bounce construct, right? Yeah, I think it just makes sense. So I have enough to equip and improvise this out, right? So it's 2 for that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I draw another land, I could even save the life points. Okay. So I can cast both and it won't kill me, right? Yeah.
So
that's
you
only
go
4.
to
1.
Okay, so we improvise off everything. We leave open.
Whoops.
Wait,
what?
Oh,
I see.
Yeah, you gotta scroll to the bottom. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we go to 1.
There's no way to play the Emery as well? If I crack a petal...
We're kind of mid-casting here, right? So we have 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, it's enough, but I think you have to use both petals?
Yeah. But I want to use Emery to... I want to use one of them for blue so I can also cast Emery off island. Does that make sense?
Sure. Yeah.
I'm just going to attack Jason, play Emery.
I like it.
This is so weird to see the Shadow Spear tapped. Even though people IRL obviously always like shortcut tapping this or whatever, you know?
Seeing Chalice of the Void tapped is kind of strange in its own right, but...
Yo, you see that one off Fire Ice all the time. Alright, I think our opponent has died. Yep, they conceded. I mean, just Cannoneer plus the Shadow Spear plus Emery is like... The second Chalice really killed them, I think. So they're like slow Jeskai, but these decks have started playing Meltdown as well. So it's kind of awkward, you know?
Yeah, based on seeing main deck Mental and main deck Jace, I think the whole Reacher stuff is less likely than I would assume.
I agree. I kind of want some combination of these 5 cards, and I don't know what am I allowed to take out these 2, or should I just leave the Foundry?
I mean, Shadow Spear can even be nice to beat Mental, as we saw that game.
Yeah. And what am I allowed to cut? Like, really?
I think this is a matchup where you can shave a 0, whether it's Petal or Opal.
I'll cut... how many am I allowed to cut? Like, 1?
You can do like 1 of each, maybe.
Okay.
I don't think that's insane.
So, Dispute seems fine. Buster is... high variance, so maybe just Fluster, maybe Dispute plus this, but not anything else. I'm not sure. Like, how could you Spell Bomb versus them? Like, not very, right?
Spell Bomb is not good if you don't need that protection against Hull Breacher.
Okay, sure.
So you can cut that, and then I don't know how good the Needle is. I mean, it's if you think they're Planeswalker heavy, it becomes a bit more appealing. And then I don't know if you even want Caracas to like shield your legends from
I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think that's. I think it's hard. Plus, I also expect these people to have Blood Moon in their sideboard, so I don't know.
Sure.
That's why I want Fawn Dispute, but I don't necessarily want Fluster because I think one of the ways you could probably lose to them is like some Blood Moon bullshit.
I think I kind of want Flutter over Needle, actually.
Okay,
because
sure.
it helps to boost your blue card count for your 6 forces, and I think it's nice just to help force your stuff through.
Alright, I'm fine submitting this. Maybe Otawara will be good in this matchup. Yeah, I think this is like low end keep, but you're supposed to keep, right? Especially in the draw.
Yeah, it needs some stuff to go right, but just drawing a land, I think, turns this into a pretty nice hand.
Yeah, exactly. And... like, I don't think the demand's too high for this hand to be great. That's one of the not so good cards to draw. But, like, the forces are actually really good in this matchup, I think, is the other reason I want to keep. Oh, that's really good.
Oh, that's phenomenal, yeah.
I think I still want to play Chalice this turn.
Yes. But then how do we do it? Do we try and Saga Chalice, or do we
I think
try and set up for like casting Sai next turn?
I can still cast Sai next turn, right?
Well, you can, but you're giving up a Saga activation.
Oh, I see. I should have probably thought about it instead of just like jamming.
It's like when you have 2 forces and a thought cast, I think you can afford to play it somewhat slow.
Yeah, I should have played it so. I think playing the Tomb is better. If they play Mentor, I'm forcing it, pitching a Sai.
Yes. Okay, definitely. Oh, force negation that. Force negation that.
Yeah. Pitching Sai. If they force back, I'll force pitching Thoughtcast, I think.
So let's see. That's gonna be 1, 2, 3, and then any artifact that's just Thoughtcast. Yeah, I think force pitching Sai.
Okay. No cards for anyone, but this probably favors me. Nice. So I can main phase activate. I'll have 2, 3, 4. So that's Thoughtcast mana. Nice.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since I played with Thoughtcast because it's like unbelievably bad most of the time.
Yeah, these spots are why I actually like Thoughtcast more than Monitor, because you end up in a lot of spots where Thoughtcast costs 1 or maybe 2, and you can just about work it in, whereas Thoughtcast is still a long way off.
I don't actually need to play this out yet, so I shouldn't.
Well, no, you should. You should.
Oh, for a force. Right. Then I should just bobble them in.
Drawing forces, and then if there's something weird like Stony Silence, which happened to me the other day, then, you want to be able to get the card back.
Stony Silence? Oh, God. That's a nightmare. Also, they have a Jace in their hand we know about, so that's, like, kind of terrifying. I guess I can Needle Jace, but...
Did we keep the Needle in the deck?
Oh.
I guess not. Anyway.
Okay,
so I guess we can... We can activate, we can get, like, Foundry, and then play Monitor, hold up Foundry activation.
Yeah, that's good, I think. Is there anything else good to get? Not really, right?
I don't think so.
Nah, everything else is less appealing. Like, getting a 0 mana artifact doesn't really do much. So, yeah. I like this.
Yeah. So...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I guess I played
So we would have to... Well, we could also just Kappa, right?
Sure. The one concern I have about that is, like, Supreme Verdict, but maybe I shouldn't worry about that.
I mean, yeah, something like that is going to be hard to beat regardless. Sure. And again, specifically, Terminus, like, Jay setting that up, I think is a concern. So I'd rather just get this out now.
Alright, they have force.
Mm.
They pitched dress down. Okay, so we have to fade. What the why did you do this, Dom?
Wow.
What the fuck?
Well, hey, they forced it. If they just let it resolve, then
Yeah, okay. I mean,
we
this
would lose
did
it all.
actually... This did actually... Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4... So I should just play land, play Thought Monitor, say go, probably.
Well, the argument is, if we play 3 and we draw into Saga, we can play Saga and still hold up Foundry without having to lose Petal. So I don't know if that's more appealing.
I see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. So
3,
I could tap
4.
So I could tap these two. Or I could activate this and tap those two.
If you're happy if you're happy to activate Foundry now, then
yeah, I think I am.
Yeah.
Because they already used one Terminus. Ooh. 1, 2. I think it's just enough because this will be 5, 6.
It is, yeah.
Alright.
Yeah. So how they don't miracle another Terminus, I guess.
If that one happens, I'm definitely blaming you. There's no one else to blame.
Blame the shuffler, Jarvis.
I will not blame the shuffler for something that's clearly your fault. Wow. This card... It's pay to win, right? Hashtag pay to win. Okay,
you didn't pay me anything. I lent you these for free.
Well, you paid to win. Yeah, you're the one who... Speaking of which, y'all should go follow the Patreon that's soon about to start. I assume that's the plan for you two.
I assume so. I don't know yet.
Oh, you two haven't even worked out, but February's almost over. I guess you'll figure it out soon. I'm kind of joking, obviously. I think I just want to spend this turn killing all of their planeswalkers and making sure they can't call back into this game.
Yeah. Just murder all that stuff.
Dokume said he appreciates my integrity and me blaming all my guests. I don't think I should play this one out. I think that is just asking for trouble for no reason.
I kind of agree, yeah. And actually, we have enough mana now that we can start untapping our Foundry as well.
Wait, but I thought I'm not allowed to tap on tap. I thought that's just bug abuse.
Jarvis, this is how a free society works, you know? You're free to take actions, and then other people can judge you for them.
I see. Yeah, well, why does Cannoneer trigger itself? Why doesn't it say another? Is it just length of text?
Weird.
Is it just length of text? It might be, actually, right? Like, because that would be
It might be.
Yeah.
I guess if you have a way to give it haste, this does let you get that immediate benefit from itself.
I heard from someone in the chat that the Japanese started playing like 1 or 2 Lightning Greaves, but I don't think that actually passes the smell test. Because I don't think what you need...
It gets Super Ward. Super Shroud.
Yeah, okay. How am I supposed to do this? Does it really matter? Oh, I guess it doesn't matter because I'm not...
already.
Yeah, so it doesn't really...
We have a server already, so do we want to make a Thopter and like launder that into a construct?
I just want to go wide.
Yeah, that's my inclination.
Yeah.
Oh, but what we can do is if we want to keep the Petal, then...
They should have responded to my untap.
Alright, so...
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you think there's
so leagues of noise and so on and so forth? Bad draws. Well, also bad plays. So let's not let's not minimize the role of that in all of this. But also, I don't know if it's really bad draws. Like all of their cards seem pretty good. They threw away 2 cards to forces, so they're not going to have that much left.
I think I'm just going to make another... I'm going to cash in my Petal for another servo.
Okay.
Okay, they were conceding while I was tapping. While I was tap on tapping. Alright, we're 3-0-6-0.
It's 2-free, Jarvis. The deck is broken.
Is it 2 free for the Dom or 2 free for the Jarvis?
The bean.
Well, there's no bean here,
my friend.
Well, there's no bean here. Or is it a British bean? Because I've heard you use that term as a term of endearment.
Like beans on toast?
No, that sounds horrible.
That is Jarvis. It's an integral part of my culture. Can you please not
Okay,
slander it in that way?
I will slander it. Well, okay. Is it actually slander?
No, I will not eat beans on toast if you pay me. But
wait, I would have to pay you? I have to pay you to eat it? I thought you said it was an integral part of your culture.
I'm officially Canadian now. Okay, I've fled the promised land.
Hold on, chat. We've confirmed officially that Dom's not British anymore. He's Canadian, which means he rides meese all the time and goes to Tim Hortons and you eat.
I do go to Tim Hortons. I literally have an iced coffee from Tim Hortons next to me right now.
Oh, is that the store you had to make a run for?
What's that?
You said you had to make a run to a store earlier. Was that the store?
It was, but I also had to get cat food. I failed in finding cat food, so my cat is mad at me, but I got some cat treats instead. So
then how mad can the cat be?
Oh, the cat can always be mad, Jarvis. You don't know this cat.
I see. Cat's off to you.
Thoughts on Stan Rogers? I will go and Google that name real quick and then get back to you with a first impression.
Interesting.
Stanley Allison Rogers, November 29, 1949 to June 2nd, 1983, was a Canadian folk musician and songwriter. Rogers was noted for his rich baritone voice and his traditional-sounding songs, which were frequently inspired by Canadian history and the daily lives of working people, especially those especially those from the fishing villages of the maritime provinces and, later, the farms of the Canadian prairies and Great Lakes. Rogers died in a fire aboard Air Canada Flight 797 on the ground of the Greater Cincinnati Airport at the age of 33. Well, that took a dark turn.
X-Ray Cloud wants to know what the hell is going on, and
my thoughts on Stan Rogers are that is a bad way to go, and sorry for his loss and the loss of Canada as a whole.
Wait, did you just run the Canadian sorry?
Sorry?
Sorry? Okay, I'm gonna stop doing stereotypical impressions of the Canadian sorry. Or maybe I won't. I don't know.
No, never apologize, Jarvis. Just double down. Keep doing your thing.
Double down so I can get cancelled on the tweeters. Anyways, how about them Blastoises? XJ Card is rendering the cancel yet? Wow, XJ. I thought we were friends. Do friends cancel each other now?
Yes, that's the whole point. That's what makes it more powerful, is you indict someone who you've known and loved your whole adult life.
I see.
Like me. Anyway.
Wow. God, this is the bobble problem, right?
Yeah, these are the hands which I think if you're being disciplined, you probably have to send back. And this Saga is terrible too. Yeah, get it out of here.
This hand's nice. Fine, but unexciting. I think I'm gonna ship the second petal, is my instinct.
So what we can do is we can still turn on Thoughtcast no matter what.
Yeah.
If we're willing to burn a petal. I also kind of want to establish this Saga early though, which we can still do. So we could.
Okay, so I guess what are you thinking we should bottom first off? Or actually, I guess to tie into that, what is your plan with this hand? Which is obviously keep 1/6.
Yeah, so a few plans we could take. First is just turn on Thoughtcast and help to dig out of the hole that way. The problem with that is we're bottoming either Saga or Tomb at that point if you don't want to burn a petal. Mm-hmm. If you do burn a petal, then we're kind of throwing away a card to like claw back some cards, which doesn't feel that productive. Or we could just run out the turn on Saga. If it lives, then that's nice. If it doesn't, then we can try and rebuild from there. So maybe we bottom the seat, or maybe I think it's seat or second petal.
I'm gonna bottom the second petal. Because my plan is to
Okay.
play Saga on 1 and nothing else and see what they do, and then turn to play Ancient Tomb.
Okay.
Obviously, if they like just like maniac waste me, it's not great for me. But I mean, I think in some regards, I would rather get this wasted than that. They might not even waste. They might just wait for a second land, like to waste. Oh, this is probably ninjas. Yeah, it's ninjas.
Yes.
Okay. Well, the only thing that matters in this matchup is clogging up the ground so they can't hit you with their stupid ninjas. Do you agree with that?
Yeah. I'm not sure which of the new ninjas they would actually want to play in this deck, if any.
My instinct is none of them, because the only ninjas they actually play are Yuriko, Changeling Outcast, and Ingenious Infiltrator.
Yeah. It is kind of sad in general how... I mean, there's so much going on in the new Kamigawa set, and I like so much of it, but it is weird how, with all of that going on, the ninjas have been basically overshadowed.
I just want to see if they're going to daze this or not. Oh my god, they fawned it pitching Yuriko?
Jeez.
Why did that happen? Do you think they just fawned the first spell I literally put on the stack? What?
What? Hello?
Okay, what? Wait, our league's noise? Our league's noise?
This is aggressive.
It's not even, like... Okay, I mean, we're definitely getting hit by Yuriko, right? Like...
Yes.
I don't really even understand. Like, I'm really tempted to just go get Aether Spellbomb and just, like, fucking... Oh, wait, that doesn't really do anything. Never mind. Okay. It is
well, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
They just replay Ornithopter. Trust me, it doesn't do anything. They hit Ponder. Okay. You've burnt a million forces to just get a Ponder out of the deal. Alright.
So does Yuriko have any evasion
no.
in its own right?
Nope.
Okay. Alright, so I kind of want to get Needle for Infiltrator.
Does that actually work?
Make sense?
Ninjutsu,
right?
It's an activated ability, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I agree with you then.
If so, does that does that sound like a plan?
One thing you can actually lose to from their deck is Retrofitter Foundry.
Yes.
So that's why I'm double thinking it, but I think I'm gonna just Needle Infiltrator instead. Yeah,
because letting ourselves get hit by Infiltrator, which thanks to Yuriko is 2 cards, that could snowball out of control if they have backup for it. So, and now we get to Bauble, Seat, Thoughtcast.
Mm.
I guess this could get dazed, maybe. That's fine.
So do I hit them with 1, or do I just stand pat? So the problem with not attacking them is if they find Retrofitter... Oh wait, that doesn't even do much. Okay, I'm just gonna...
want to start attacking.
Well,
I don't think that changes based on what we see, and so I just want to have as big a construct hit them as possible.
Okay, so the way this backfires is if they ponder into a removal spell for this, it's like kind of bad, but...
Yeah. Vayfrug asks, does ninjas play Urza Saga? That seems reasonable in their deck. That actually is a very good point. I don't think they do, but maybe they could, and or should. Alright, well there's a Foundry.
I think I shouldn't crack this one to keep these as 5/5s then. Just in case if I draw a land, if that makes sense.
We can reevaluate based on what this draw is as well, if we need to.
Okay. That's kind of likely to kill them, I think. I mean, obviously it depends on what Ponder hits here, but... This is a very weird matchup. I don't know what's supposed to happen. Okay.
It would be tough on that mana, but maybe you just play more lands at that point.
I mean, I think if you just cut like 4 of their bad cards for 4 sagas, I think that probably improves the deck. So
there are some real bad cards in that deck, yeah. Okay, so I think we want to...
I want to play around days if possible. So 1, 2, or 1, 2... Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I would have to tap both of these to play around days?
No. You go Tomb is 2, Seat, Needle, Bauble, Construct. It means you can't crack the Bauble this turn, but that might be fine.
You're right. I think it's fine.
Yeah.
I just, like, getting this dazed would be so awful, so... Okay, they forced it instead. They pitch Infiltrator. Haha! You're a genius! And I can't attack. Because that isn't good.
Yeah, so they're going to make a 4/4, I assume. And then... Yeah.
Ooh, I want to play...
Oh, great, yeah. We didn't play Seed of the Synod because if the turtle lived, we wanted to have the artifact in our hand to play next turn to make it unblockable.
Exactly. That's why turn 1 Chalice. I didn't actually explain that, but that's what I was thinking.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's a fair question because it's not normally how you would want to do it, but it makes sense there.
I still don't want to crack this bubble, so I'm just gonna... We'll just play slow, like... They can't really beat us. Like, they don't have a lot of resources here. That's the problem for them, right? They don't have a lot of lands. They just have a 1/3 and a 4/4. Our creatures are bigger. The Saga's going to, like, demolish them, I think, soon. Right? Like, we're kind of sitting pretty, is how I would put it.
Yep.
Right.
I think maybe now you could afford to crack the bauble.
Nah.
Because we're getting... With C and the Saga activation, we're getting 2 more artifacts this turn, but...
Should I play this out? If they daze...
Yeah, why not?
Well, okay, if they daze it... I guess it doesn't really... If they daze it, do I just let it go?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yo, what's up, Kane? Got a Kane in the chat? Do I want to...
Now we can play C, yeah.
I think I can even attack with 1 now. Like, well, it's 7/7. Yeah, they don't have a good block, right?
Yeah. And yeah, next turn, we just grab Shadow Spear, and now we have, like, 5 lethal threats. I guess 4.
I keep thinking about how broken Shadow Sphere is in non-land Saga decks. And the answer is, like, pretty broken. And just so awful in lands, even though people are
It's funny, like, 2 of the decks I play a lot are Lands and Amulet, which are both, like, the 2 Saga decks that don't really have room for a Shadow Spear. But yeah, I mean, the card has been so impressive in every other Saga deck I've seen.
Okay, you killed my Sai. It's kind of weird that they killed that one, actually. Because, like, if you think about it, we didn't even play a 0-drop, so, like, what can even be in our hand? I have thought about equipping Shadow Spirit or Merit Lage. The problem is it's not actually very good most of the time.
I've put it on a Knight of the Reliquary. That feels good.
Yeah, I think it's more reasonable in that deck. Alright, so our opponent is Ninjas. Caracas is good versus Eureka, so that's something coming in. I don't think... Is this good? It doesn't seem like it.
It's not great. I actually think Chalice might be a good cut in this matchup.
Yeah, I agree. So
I want Dismembers.
Yeah. And the question is, do they have something like Energy Flux? Because that is a way we could definitely lose.
It wouldn't shock me.
This is not that appealing versus them, though. Like, it's kind of bad.
It might be fine just to... Because they have, like, 6-8 forces, right? And Baleful Strix.
Sure, okay. I'll have...
Maybe back to basics even, someone says in the chat. So, yeah, let's get the dispute in there.
Look, none of us are disputing that Shadow Sphere on Merit Lage can matter. I just think a lot of the time it doesn't actually matter. And that's why I play for median games, not for,
Jarvis,
like...
you can't actually dispute a Shadow Spear if it's attached to a Merit Lage?
You can try. Alright, I'm going to submit.
Okay.
I'm just double checking. Yeah, nothing else. To be fair, I think honestly one of the best Shadow Spear decks in all of Magic nowadays, I think, is Zoomer Jund is like the best Shadow Spear deck. which kind of says a lot about Zoomer Jun more than anything else. Well, this hand's atrocious, so I
mulligan. Yeah,
take a different hand.
Okay.
This is a keep.
Like
I'm just gonna try to figure out what I'm supposed to do with it. I want to bottom Lotus Petal. How do you feel about that?
Yes, I like it.
Okay, they should unban See the Synod in Modern, since there's no Mox Opal, it can't be broken.
Yeah, this is the kind of hand which is going to be weak to any dedicated graveyard hate, but I think we just take our lumps there if it comes to that. So, yeah, I like Bauble. I think we play one Bauble, we attempt Emery, and we see what happens.
Yep. Well, should I play around Days?
You can do that. Yeah. Definitely play around Days.
Yeah. That was my plan with this hand. And yeah, if they have like some like nuclear option, we will die to it, but that's okay. That's what you sign up for. I don't think I should.
Next turn we can play our Urza's Bauble, or we could crack the Urza's Bauble that we currently have in play. And if our Emery lives, that allows us to recur our Urza's Bauble.
Are you gonna just keep saying Urza's Bauble in that very British voice of yours?
I've been ordered to. By the
You've been ordered to?
Yeah, I'm like a performing seal. Just whatever the chat tells me to do, I leap at the chance.
Tree of Tales? I don't think any of them are actually safe to unban personally. So this is dead.
Yes.
I think I
now I do want to crack this.
You don't?
No, I do want to crack this.
Yeah. I think we wanted to crack it basically no matter what, personally, but alright, Ingenious Infiltrators in their hand. But they didn't have a
Not
change
so
on
ingenious now, buddy. We know all about you. Okay, second Sai is kind of nice actually. So
I'm just gonna play into Daze, yeah.
Yep.
And if they Daze it, so be it. If they don't Daze it, then well, we make a Thopter. Alright, cool. We'll make a Thopter.
And if it's second Snuff out, we're fine with that too. Do we Bauble now in case we draw Force?
I just want to see if they're going to do something. Like, yeah. Well, I can let that stop go. Or keep the stop and just bobble them after the Brainstorm resolves, because they'll probably fetch.
Yep.
But yeah, I normally hate ban chat or unban chat, but I don't think you can realistically unban any of the mirrored-in colored artifact lands. Plague Engineer. Okay, well, this is like kind of okay, they don't have the land. Because if you have the land, I think you just slam it, naming Thopter.
For sure. Yeah. So we might actually get a window. If we draw a 0, we might get a chance to just slam a turtle.
Yep, any 0. Honestly, I have not missed not having 8 casts in this deck. I don't know if that sounds... Like, I guess this is like a cast, though, right?
Yeah, it competes for those slots, but it actually does something. Like
it kills your opponent, and it's like impossible to kill, so...
The issue with the Thoughtcast setup is it requires you to put so many cards that are basically air in your deck, and so by the time you get to the point where you're casting your discounted draw spell, you just want to find action, but you could just play action spells instead of those draw spells.
Okay,
and Kappa's a great example of that.
I'm fine with that. Well, as fine as I can be, but... I think I just go Sai Saga and just like... I mean, they'll get to hit me, but that's fine. Like, whatever. They'll get like 1 card out of the deal. You know, I don't think it's that bad, honestly. So I'm really glad that they have this card instead of other 3-mana cards. Like, this one's sort of beatable. The other one isn't really. Like, the other one, we would actually be dead.
Yeah. Snow Schwartz asked, would you ever play a second Thought Monitor over the 4th Sai? I honestly wanted to play the 4th Thoughtcast over the first Thought Monitor, so that would be my replacement if that's where I was going. But
they're not even trying to like get value here. They're just trying to make a 4/4, I guess, right?
Yeah. And we can beat 4/4s.
Yeah, I mean...
very easily.
So I cannot attack with that, essentially. 1, 2,
Yeah,
3,
we
4.
could.
I don't want to play.
We can
yeah.
play Kappa.
It's so soft to daze. Like
It is.
I think I'm just gonna hit them and play and like get 2 constructs out of the deal, and then the turn after we can just do it. Yeah, I don't know. I've been pretty impressed with this deck so far. It kind of feels like Cannoneer is kind of busted, is how I would put it. Well, I guess everyone knew that.
Yeah,
it's kind of funny.
Oh, sorry. It's messed up. I don't know if this is the best shelf for it necessarily, but the card is worth making a home for sure.
It's kind of funny because I think everyone, when they read that card well, certain people did not think it was going to be great, and I'm just like, it seems incredibly broken to me. I'm not going to name these people. These people may play 8 cast, and I'm just like, dude, what the fuck are you... Like, this is just... It's just, like, actually unbeatable. I'm going to sack...
Hey,
I'm going to sack this and...
Yes.
This, I think. Because if I draw another one of those, that's the best one to sack. Okay, well...
Okay, like saying that.
Yeah, I mean, it's actually kind of nice. I still think we should make a construct, though.
Oh, we're definitely making a construct.
Yeah. Is a Teenage Mutant... This is more of a Blastoise than a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, right? I guess it's kind of both because it's Turtle Warrior. Also, did they know that this can't block, so you should just attack with it?
I didn't know that it can't block, so...
You did not play...
I guess.
You did not play enough MH1 Limited, then?
No. I really didn't, honestly. Okay, so we drew the Shadow Spear, which means now we'll make a construct, we'll find, I guess, Needle?
Yeah, the question is, what do you want to Needle? I don't think I really care about that, actually. Maybe I just Needle Infiltrator again?
So there is a ninja that we know about.
Yeah.
I kind of do want to hit their Foundry, actually.
Okay, I'm down for that. I'm just thinking it through. Yeah, I think it makes sense. All right. Because
the other thing we could have done is, I guess if we got our own Foundry and played the land, then they're forced to... Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They wouldn't be exactly forced to chump block, so yeah, this is probably fine. So
oh, they named Construct and not Thopter.
Oh.
That's super weird.
Okay. In that case, we play Spear now.
Yeah. I was just looking at that, I'm just like, oh, wait, that's weird. I mean, I guess they're just going to trade that for that, but... This does make sense, right? They block here. I'm just trying to figure out, okay, is there some way this goes poorly? Not really, right? Like, it's hard for it to go wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we could play Turtle, but it's incredibly soft to daze. I would prefer not to. What does that mean? That's a really weird play. Do you have an explanation for that block? Like,
no.
I'm
my explanation is League's a noise, Jarvis.
Okay, that's a good explanation. Oh, I remember Shell of the Last Kappa is unplayable rare from Champions of Kamigawa. Yeah.
Yeah, all of our opponents in this league are paid actors, and so once we 5-0-10 the league, Jarvis can say, cloud post on Twitter, say, Kappa Cannoneer is broken, and then he links to the stores that sponsors him and tells them to buy his turtles from there.
This makes sense for them to have, actually. But do I even care? I mean, it's bad for me, but it's not even that
annoying,
bad.
But...
I mean, like, it's not the end of the world. I mean, we still know about that, so... Okay, so if they have a land...
Gosh. Okay.
I mean, I guess I have no stuff. I guess it's time to play that and hope it kills them, right?
If we get days, we get days, but it's there are a lot of draws that let us play around days, like that one, for example.
Yeah, I think it's actually better to play it and play around days rather than try to get the counter. Because it's going
I
to be a
agree.
5/5
Yeah.
anyways, so any artifact we draw is just, super good. And if they force this pitching days, say, which makes a lot of sense,
then we get to
we get to obliterate them. Yeah. Okay, they did not have days, so... Unfortunately, I cannot cycle it this way, but I think we're so likely to draw something good that it'll be fine. Note, if they have land, they can actually snuff out, paying the life and all of their mana, so...
Spaghetti.
Someone just subbed with just a spaghetti emote. I don't know what that means. How do you feel about spaghetti, Dom?
hate it.
Really?
I absolutely hate it.
Why do you hate it?
Why would I like it? Why do I have to justify myself?
I don't know.
Oh wait, what's... Oh, exposes on 1? Huh.
I mean, okay. I can't really do anything about it, but that's fine. So they, like, turn into a weird... I don't know. I think this is all fine. This doesn't really change anything. So bash them to 1, let them hit me with their thing, and just leave up dispute?
Oh wait, Kappa's a construct? That's funny.
No, it's not. It's a turtle war.
Oh, I guess I just didn't see the Thopterist. I thought it was being shrunk by the engineer, but...
It's not. Alright, I'm just gonna bobble them. Alright. Ah! Nice card!
Apparently, not liking spaghetti is the take that finally gets me cancelled.
What can they even have here?
Another...
Do I care about this?
Because we don't really care.
I don't think it does anything. Yeah, just whatever. You can have you can name turtle or warrior or whatever. I think... Okay, they chose Thopter this time.
Yeah, Cannoneer does actually need the artifact to resolve, and so we don't want to get our... we draw a thing, it gets forced negation or whatever. So yeah, we want to save the dispute.
This is kind of a weird
now,
position. Do I cast it?
I just want to pass, I think.
Yeah, I
think
so.
There's kind of no difference between having one Cannoneer and having two, because either both of them get through, and it's the same as one getting through, or neither it gets through, and both of them can block and trade with a engineer. So,
do I care about this? It doesn't seem
like I care about that.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything. Neither cards do anything. Wait, what happened to their ingenious infiltrator? I thought they had one, but I saw a delta off Mishra's Bauble.
Did it get brainstormed away at some point?
I guess so. All right, so they have a delta in hand, so I don't block here. So we're good to go if we draw. Okay, that doesn't do it. But
not that.
It doesn't actually matter that we drew that, because we can just sit here just countering their shit for a while and they can never win. Am I wrong?
No. I mean, there's 75% of our deck which just is lethal on the spot.
No, I meant, was I wrong about tracking cards? Okay, well. Ha! You died to us drawing a land! Oh god, ridiculous. Yeah, that was... Alright. That was... Dom. I don't know how I would describe it, but that was something.
Are we going to get the 5010?
Maybe. Well, first I have to type it in all caps in the prediction, and then I think we should take a quick break so you can pet your cat or whatever, but really I want to get more water, because I have to hydrate for the turtle.
Yes. Let's take a quick break.
Yep, we'll be right back, friends, for the 5-0 trophy match. Okay, so I owe a few things. Alright, Reaple Cheap, if you're here. That's the Alfhorn didgeridoo sound I can make. Fire Hellkate, am I supposed to open a chest for you? And if you all want to be as cool as Fire Hellkite, check for your Twitch Prime sub and consider using here. Nice Bezo Bucks well spent. Oh, those are not Bezo Bucks, those are channel points. Those are fake gambling units. Alright, so what we got in this chest? Oh! A Mishra's Bauble! E-Price Mishra's Bauble. Wow! Holy smokes, Fire Hellkite. We did it! We did it, chat! We got a good chesty! Yeah, I'm rich. I was already rich, but now I'm more rich. Some would even say the rich get richer. Some would say the rich get richer. Alright. Just gonna wait for a sec to show Dom this wonderful Mishra's Bubble open. Oh, topside pulls further ahead. Yeah, Arcane was pretty well done. How much is Bobble? 47 tickets, which is close to $47 on MTGO. Need to ban Mishra's Bobble in Modern? Yeah, don't think that's the one I would ban. Honestly, I wouldn't ban anything in Modern personally, but, you know. Y'all can choose what you want, personally. Oh, yeah, the companion mechanic is just kind of nonsensical. And Dom's been over that in great detail many times. You like Mox Opal back? I kind of would too, but it's probably way over the line given Urza Saga. Anyways, I think I'm done with this ban talk for now, but if y'all want to support the stream, you know how. And check out the Patreon, coaching. Okay, chat. If we 5-0, will there be some hype? Will there be a hype train started? Will anyone start a hype train? Ban DRS and Legacy, but only for elves. There'll be a serious amount for Kappa spammed at least. Oh god. Why do you do this? Why do you do this? You'll resub if I 5-0? I thought you already resubbed, Matt. It said you resubbed earlier. Didn't you resub 2 hours ago, Matt? What is the Cannoneer to IRL turtle index? That is a really good question. A really good question. I remember that article, Reaple. They broke all of their promises, so it's kind of funny. Just like... Yeah, I don't really know how to explain it. But it really was mind-boggling that they said, okay, let's KO, let's not do this. And then they're like, nah, we changed our mind. It's okay. We can make companion into a mechanic.
Jarvis, sure. Were you opening chest without me?
Yeah, but I left it on the screen that we opened a Mishra's Bauble.
And Unscythed Killer of Kings.
Yeah. Do you remember I think it was a Good Gamery meme comic that called this Unsprite the soft drink instead, and it was like photoshopped to just be like a can of Sprite.
That sounds like something they would do.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like something to do. But yeah, we have Mishra's Bauble. What are the best 3-color cards and why are they Grixis? Actually, Dom, what is your favorite 3-color card in Magic?
Favorite 3-color card? Wow, really on the spot there. I kind of like Destructive Flow.
Oh my god!
That says about me.
I was also about to say Destructive Flow. Are we monsters? Are we the problem with Magic? Because I think a lot of people in this chat do not know what Destructive Flow does.
Oh, let's give them a quick education.
Oh.
When people say shit like they want Wasteland in Modern or whatever, it's like, I can tell you never lived through the days of Destructive Flow.
No, Citric won a PTQ with Aggro Flow Rock, if you remember that.
Oh, yeah. Well, this card with Ren and 6 actually would be, with and against Ren and 6 would be kind of weird these days.
I don't think you want that to happen to anyone. This is like, when I think Jund, I actually think of this card, but no one else thinks of this card because this card is way too obscure. It's just like, holy shit, what a card.
I guess my more mainstream answer would be Jeskai Ascendancy. And that was before winning a PTQ with it too.
Yeah, this is from Plane Shift, not Tempest. There were not many gold cards. Well, yeah. Invasion Block was really when they mainstreamed gold cards, right?
Yeah, I mean, this was it was like a pretty big reset for Magic as a whole, but then also as this was the first set that really leaned into the gold thing pretty hard, and I think they realized people just love it when you do that, and so the original Ravnica we got a few years later, and then, time and time again. I think actually with the next set coming up, Streets of New Capenna, I'm kind of excited about it because that seems to be the allied 3-color set that we're going to get. Or not allied, but shards instead of wedges, essentially.
Okay, so it's like Shards 2.0.
Yeah, well, what's weird is, so we had Shards block back in 08, 09, and then we had Khans of Tarkir, which was the wedge block in 14, 15, and then Ikoria was kind of like another wedge set beneath all the other nonsense that was going on, but we haven't had a real focus on the shards in 13 years now, so I'm glad we're going back to that well.
Alright, and with that said, we can go back and see if we can get the clean sweep. We may or may not be able to, but a lot of nonsense afoot. Speaking of which, how do you feel about Tamishi as a cube card in general? Like, unpowered cube, of course, because powered cube is whatever, kind of nonsensical anyways.
It's probably not good, but it's fun. I've been working on an artifact cube where a card like Tameshi really gets to shine, and I'm pretty excited about it in that context.
I think there are cubes that can have like a small artifact theme, and it would still be pretty good. And then also if you have something weird like, if you have like Crystal Shard or something. No, it says non-creature on it. That's right. I forgot. You'll have to have like an editor's thing about that as well, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, we thought that. So Tameshi with Aether Spellbomb, still a good combo, but what we were thinking was, all right, I'm drawing a card on my turn, drawing a card on their turn, and turns out it doesn't work that way. You don't get to have all of that fun.
It's good with Into the Royal, I believe.
It's good with a Borrow, which is one of the OG legendary lands. Maybe the actual best card in Saviors of Kamigawa, or the only good card, which is why it's like $80 now. So it hasn't been reprinted, and it goes in any blue
hold on. You say that, but I remember in Standard, Kagamaru and Pithing Needle were quite good. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, Kagamaru was...
Yes, I have a soft spot in my heart for Kagamaru. There's like Manriki Gusari or whatever too. But that full block constructed format. Yeah, Saviors made a big impact there. But that's really the only format where it was going to make any kind of impact.
Yeah, but I mean, Kagamaru is kind of a push card for Standard and not good like anywhere else because it does what it says on the tin, This person was playing Painter lately. I beat them as Lands versus Painter yesterday, but we'll see if we can do it again.
I love Painter, but we have a mission here we have to complete. So this hand is pretty marginal, I think.
I think I'm
Like,
just
Chalice,
gonna. Chalice is not
Chalice is
that.
a decent card, but it's not like a great card, and we can't even turn one it. So
Yeah, I'm just gonna mulligan. All right, this is fine.
yeah.
Um,
So
it's between Petal and Bobble, I think. But I think it's Petal, and I just go Bobble, Seed, Emery. If they blast on their turn, I probably just force and then try to rebuild from there.
sure, yeah.
I think we want to keep
Maybe
the Otawara, but maybe not.
yeah.
What's that?
The Odawara is not great, honestly. Yeah, I kind of want to put that back.
Okay. I think that's fine, too. Should I play out the Petal?
I think we can hold Petal. My question is, do we want to bubble them so that if we draw a worse blue card to force with, we get to keep the turtle?
Yeah, that's fine. Time to see. All right. Maybe that. Does Painter usually play Opal?
Some lists do. Yeah, that's a lot of variation in how they do. But there was a 5-0 list with Opal and the synthesizer, among other things.
The synthesizer. Yeah, the synthesizer plus Welder. Okay, that's Painter. Okay. Well, our thing didn't die, which is probably a good sign. Should I just get the Petal and play out Sai? I think I should, actually.
Yeah,
because,
I think so.
Yeah. I think it's just hard to generate enough stuff otherwise for these for this Cannoneer, which is really the way we're going to kill them fast enough, I think.
Yeah, you have to think if Emery lived, then Sai is going to live, unless they're being like very conservative with a Pyroblast or something. Oh, they are. Jeez.
I think I'm just going to force pitching Sai.
Yeah, I think you have to now. Maybe not, honestly, but
I think it's just so hard. Like, our hand doesn't do anything really fast enough if we don't force that, right?
Yeah, I mean, we're very exposed to any kind of Painter Grindstone stuff now, but
yeah, whatever. Like, is what it is.
This is okay. Engineer.
How do you feel about this matchup on average? I think it should be fine, but not insane. Is how I would put it.
I think it's pretty bad. I've never played it, but just on paper, it does not seem easy at all.
Okay, maybe that's true. I don't know. It's kind of hard to figure out. So if I get Petal back, I can't double tap it anyways.
I think just Bauble in case we need to go for like a Desperation Force of Will.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I probably should just bobble them, right? Just see what's up.
Yeah.
Okay. Well. I'm really surprised they didn't Pyroblast or Emery. That's kind of wild, actually.
I don't hate it, honestly. Like, your Pyroblasts are at a premium in the matchup, and, if you can save them for good targets, then I think that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so we're just in check now? Okay.
So I'm going to crack the tin open, I think.
Yeah.
And just hope. So I have to manually draw a Pithing Needle and hope they don't have a Blast?
Correct.
That seems like a tough ask. Okay, maybe it is, like, pretty shit, this matchup.
Alright, we're done.
Okay. Is this how it ends, chat? No!
That's a game.
But not only that, I think after having had that happen to me, I actually agree with your assessment that this seems pretty bad.
Yeah, right. I want all the dismembers. Do I want EE?
I don't think
Maybe?
so. I don't. Well, the problem, my issue with EE is that it's so inefficient at killing the things you wanted to kill that I wouldn't even bother. Like, maybe that's a bad argument, but I think it just doesn't really work the way you want it to.
Sure. Yeah, we want all of this stuff. Do we even want Chalice at that point? I think we probably still do.
The question
It's
is
kind
how.
of bad against like welders, among other things.
Yeah, but
Maybe. Yeah, the draw effects are not great at this point
the
either.
the counterpoint is if you chalice on one, it shuts stuff off their blasts, and I think that's actually pretty valuable.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm looking at these fawns.
That's,
I'm not sure if I'm supposed to have them in or not.
I don't think the fonts are good.
Okay. Well, then this is what it looks like, barring
Yeah,
any
I mean
other
they
change.
can quite easily assemble the combo without ever presenting something you can force, just by like engineer or anything like
Sure.
that. Maybe we do want the lantern.
I don't think so. I understand what you're saying, but I think it's kind of bad.
I don't hate cutting like a pedal for a lantern. I think,
Okay, I'm behind that.
or maybe a Sai. I mean, Sai is pretty bad here, but yeah, I almost want to swap a Sai for like a Thoughtcast, maybe. But whatever.
Fuck. Um, there's a few really good things about this hand. Am I supposed to just keep on the strength of Pithing Needle versus them? I think
Yeah,
so.
no.
Actually, yeah,
Let's
actually,
try.
I think so. I mean, also the matchup kind of sucks, so I think. Well, obviously, I'm playing here. If they Alpine Moon me, I will accept all losses to Alpine Moon.
I won't. I'll be very upset. Okay,
No,
that's fine.
no, you won't. You can't lie to me. I mean, I guess you could, but that would not be very friendly. Do I want to crack this bauble is the real question.
I would not, because the issue is then they can build out our constructs for the bauble
Oh,
and
I
just stop
see.
us applying
Okay,
any actual pressure. Yeah.
got
This
it.
is part of why Petal actually kind of sucks in the matchup, I think.
Ah, fuck. Baldur is so insane versus us, then.
Right?
Yeah.
We might have to needle that, frankly.
I guess we have to needle the welder, which is really unfortunate. Actually, wait, they named White? Okay, so they can't blast. I'm gonna just needle Grindstone, I think, because of the Saga.
Yes. Yeah, make a guy. So we opal. I think we don't actually play Emery, and then we just attack.
What's the reason not to play Emery out? Oh, I
Because
see.
if we
Yeah,
mill an
no, I
artifact,
see.
then the welder still gets to switch with our
Yeah, never
stuff.
mind. Okay. You're absolutely right. Holy fuck. Why is this? This is so annoying.
God, it's so good.
Yeah, this is really, really irritating. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, well, they still can't kill us yet, so we're just gonna keep beating down and progressing our board. Our best draw is like a force, I think. Oh, alright, speak of the devil, I suppose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I need triple blue anyways.
Yeah, I don't think we can hold up hardcast force plus here, if that's
No, there's
the idea.
the lands don't work out, yeah. So just keep beating down and hope they die to this. Because this is all we have, really, right?
Rhaegar.
That's cute. Yeah, This person know how his Goblin Welder works. What do you think they're getting?
So maybe they're gonna try kill something, weld out our needle in exchange for it, and then try and combo us?
I mean, whatever they try to kill with whatever spell, I'm going to cast a force. But also Painter's on white, so I'm not sure, like, how many kill spells do you think they have? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm not sure what they could have that would actually deal with just a random artifact if they can't blast it.
We're just going to beat them down?
I guess.
This is a very weird... Yeah, this is not my favorite way to play. Let's play it. Blocked with Painter. That doesn't really matter. They can always weld that back. I guess they're just looking for, like, a braid or something, right?
So maybe now is... Okay, E-Tutor.
So I think I let them get it and see what it is. I think it's, like, Portable Hole or something like that, probably.
Yeah, I mean, the issue is, if it's something which... If it's something like that, they try and hit our thing, we force, and then they just weld it back in. So maybe we actually have to counter this.
I see what you're saying. So how many spells were... Okay, I'll just counter it then.
Yeah, pitch
should I pitch? I guess I should.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're not using this Emery. Oh, okay, now we faster.
Oh, they reset the color, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if they... Yeah, I mean, if they have another blast here, we're dead.
No, they have to have blast plus another mana source.
Well, no, they can just weld out their furnace for the opal.
I see. Okay. Well, let's just hope it doesn't happen. This is kind of stressful. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I really like the painter decks. I don't know how good they are necessarily, but there are so many ways you can build them. Really cool concept that, you know. When I have some time to dabble in Legacy again, I think that's what I'll look at.
I think my primary issue with them is I don't think they're particularly good versus Blue or Delver. Is like the actual issue.
Yes.
But if you can stomach that, then it's absolutely fine.
Oh wait. Oh Jesus.
Well, I can't crack these because the same issue happens still, right? So I just have to let it go.
This is gross. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, Karn fetch EE. I mean, maybe if it happens, it happens. I'm not going to worry about it. Ensnaring Bridge, huh? That seems awfully bad for my health, Dom. Okay, interesting. So I guess I just hit them, right? Like, yeah, I don't think attacking Karn does much. Ah, shit. God, fuck Welder.
It's so good. Yeah, we just hit them and hope they like get greedy in the face of a single force or I don't know.
It doesn't really work because Welder just brings back the
rise.
bridge. Yeah. I think we're dead, actually. I mean, they have to chump, but it doesn't matter because they just play bridge, we force it, then they just weld the bridge back in, and then they have a Karn, then we're gonna lose, right?
Do we just hope they don't have another mana source or something?
Yeah, pretty much. But that's also hard because then you just get Opal, right?
Oh, I see.
Yeah, this is all fucking, like, horrible. There's no, like, Brazen Borrower or anything in our deck either, so it's, like, kind of hard. Like, this is kind of the hard lock, right?
Okay. The funny thing here is there's an Otawara in our deck, but it is literally the bottom card because we put it out the scry. Right?
So does forcing this even do anything?
No.
Alright, cool.
Wait, there's no way we can like shrink our own constructs because we can't crack our own baubles. We can't sacrifice anything.
Oh, we shuffled with Saga.
Oh, we did. Okay.
Okay, so it's 1 in 47. Okay.
Are we right this or not? Let's find out.
They're killing our lands, alright, sure. Fine. I do not want to... Actually, another way I could win is if they draw too many clunky cards and I draw Sai and make 2 Thopters, right?
I guess. Yeah, if you think that A-Cast is popular, then the Pyroblast combo deck with main deck Khan might be a good response to that. With Goblin Rotter, even.
Yeah, this seems very horrible. Can't they...
I mean, it's cool. This is if we have to lose the 5-0-10-0, I'm glad it's this way as opposed to just like getting bulldozed by Delver or something.
Yeah, that's fair.
Prismatic ending too? Jeez.
I think I'm supposed to force this.
That'll show him.
It'll show him. I don't like this welder plus them plussing on our Sea of the Synod. It's very unfair. Would you say that red got too much here? Ban Ragavan?
Sure.
I see. Alright, well, we appear to be dead.
What they should do is ban the boring red cards, and then the red cards that are cool as hell, just print more of those.
I see. No, we should just ban Great Furnace instead. Great. This literally does nothing. Alright, I'm ready to throw it in.
Yeah.
That was sad. It wasn't even close, we just got demolished. Do you agree with that? Alright.
I would.
Very sad. Okay, well, no quad post. I will say that the deck felt pretty good, but that matchup seems really, really fucking bad.
Yeah, I would not read too much into how any of those other matches went either.
Oh, yeah. There were just a million paid actors, right? See, now, after the stream, I can PayPal them like $2.50. Yeah. Yeah, so that's Blastoise Stompy. Or actually, what's your favorite name for the deck?
Blastoise Stompy is good.
Nice. This really is
a...
Yeah. Ooh, nice. Well, where do you sign up for this acting program? Well, you have to join my Discord and be a Twitch sub and consider signing up for the Patreon. So, wow, Matt resubbed anyways. Matt was just messing with us. He said he wasn't going to resub unless we 5-0'd, then he just resubbed anyways. So, what a pal.